Hello guys, good day and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be filming a get ready with me. Today's video I will be telling you guys what really happened when I went for the election on the 25th of February. I know a lot of you guys have seen the YouTube shorts that I made, on that day, but I'm going to actually break down what really happened that day. And then I'm going to tell you guys the decision I've made concerning the governorship election, like what the effect of the events of that 25th February had on me making a decision about what I'm going to do for this governorship election that is coming up. Please watch to the end because at some point in this video, I'm going to actually really do need your help, okay? Filming this video is probably not a good idea. I am so anxious right now. So anxious. I have a very important meeting on the mainland, and sitting here right now, I don't have 1 naira cash, and I don't know how I'm going to make it to that appointment. I still have a bit of time, so I decided to start getting ready first of all. And I thought maybe doing a get ready with me video will help with my anxiety, because you guys, this is really very important stuff for me, and I don't know how I'm going to get there. I don't know how I'm going to get there. Thinking about it now, I was so sure that I was going to get some money, like cash, yesterday. And when that didn't happen, it felt like it's too late for me to cancel. Anyway, let me tell you guys my story, okay? What really happened during the election that just happened on 25th. So telling that story, probably it will give me some sort of course, it's not going to give me money, but maybe relieve my anxiety just a little bit. So prior to this 25th election, I have not voted before. This election that came now, this 25th, that is the first time that I am ever going to experience being a voter. So of course I was excited. A lot of you already know who I was going to vote for. In case you did not know, I was going to vote for P2B. So that morning came. Before that day, I've always been skeptical about this year's election. Let me say that first, because the way the campaign started with everything leading up to the election, anybody that was following it know that this election was going to be serious. It was going to be tough because of the opponent that came up. It was not looking like something that would be business as usual. Previously, during the elections, it feels like you already know who is going to win. Do you get? But this particular election, nobody was sure. Everybody was rattled. People were actually putting in the work. You know, all the candidates, at least the three main candidates, were actually putting in the work to secure that position. And before that day, I was anxious. I was nervous. I remember having conversation with a lot of my friends, my family members, and I keep going back to say that I don't know what's going to happen. In fact, a lot of people put a hold or a stop on some of their business ventures. You talk to someone and they will say, "Oh, let's wait till after election to see, what is going on." People that had big plans, some of my sessions at work got cancelled. They were like, "Oh, let's wait till after election." That day came, and I started getting ready, okay, to go and do the needful. So I left with my husband because we were in the same polling unit. So we were going to go and cast our votes together. When we got there, the INEC officials were not there. But a few people were already seated. We didn't go very early. We got there around 9:20-ish. People were already seated, and we were like, we were seeing online already that a lot of polling units have already started accreditation. Then we are also seeing the polling units that were receiving threats. We were seeing the ones that someone got beaten for voting for Labour Party, and then the rest of the people there were warned that if it's not the party you want to vote for, better be going home. I saw the video that the man was telling them, this is the only party you're voting for in this polling unit. If this is not the party you plan to vote for, go back home. I was still in my polling unit when I was seeing all those things. Around 10:20, our INEC officials came, and when they got there, they didn't come with all the materials they needed. They needed to, get some other things. So they dropped the ones they came with, and the assistant, there are two, the officer, and I don't know what they call the other one that assists him. So the other one went to get the remaining stuffs, and we were all still waiting. So the guy, told us the basic rules and whatever, and was like that we still have to wait for his supervisor anyway, because the beavers have not been configured for our polling units. Like they have to configure the beavers to suit the polling unit or whatever. So we are like, ah, which kind of talk be this one? When you people have already come late. So what's the essence of coming this late if you will not come completely prepared, you know? But we waited anyway. And at that point, because they came really late, some people have already come to the polling unit and then had to go home because these guys were not around. So when they came, people were calling, you know, people they know that have come out before and went home. Like, okay, you can come back now. The INEC people are here. And some people still coming back. Not even up to 30 minutes after they came, the traditional ruler, like you know, Lagos State have different in my place they call it Igwe, but here they have their own Oba or whatever, different names for their different traditional rulers. So the traditional ruler of this place, this area I'm staying, sent food, right? Somebody came and brought food and was like, oh, courtesy of the traditional ruler. One guy was like, why is he giving us food? Which party is he supporting? He said, no, it's not for any party. He just, you know, wants to bring food. By this time, I missed this part. The security people have already come. You know, they came with white halos. There were a lot of them. So, but it was only two people that were positioned in our polling unit. So they came down and all that. But the security people that came to our polling unit did not come with anything, not even stick, not even that baton that they use. You know, all they have is their uniform. Like they came, they came wearing uniform. That's all that you used to know that these are security people. They don't have anything, no gun, no. Somebody will say, "Hey, it's good that they don't have, so that you know they don't get trigger happy." But considering what is on ground, you would think that they will have some sort of something to protect us. Now it's not protection they came to do. Anywho, going back to my story, so they shared the food. The people that came from their Oba, they shared the food, and you know nobody wanted to eat the food. To be honest, one man even said that he'd rather leave this food until after voting if he will ever eat it, just so that he will vote with his clear eyes, you know. So people just, you know, dropped the food by their car and we were still waiting. There is another polling unit that is like 4 minutes walk from where we were sitting. And those people have done accreditation and they have started voting. So we will see people coming out from that place and they'll be like, ah, you people have not started here. We are like, no, they've not even configured our beavers. We are calling the person that is supposed to come and configure it, the officer that is in charge of all the polling units in our area. The man told the youth copper to stop calling him, that he should stop calling him, that he knows that this polling unit have issue, that this is not the only polling unit that has issue. So he should stop calling him, that the person that will configure it is going to come, that the person is coming from New Road. New Road is a bit far, but it's not that far. Consider, especially because it's election day, the road is free. So give and take, in 20-25 minutes, he should have been in our polling unit, right? So the people there were upset. Were like, so they were like, no, you can't tell him to stop calling you. You have to be giving us updates. People are here waiting to exercise their right to vote. Around this time is by say after 12, and we've not even started accreditation yet. But you are upset that they are calling you to find out the condition, like how long are we going to wait, what's going on, what's keeping the person, when is the person coming, why are you upset? No, you cannot say we should not call you. We'll keep calling you to give us updates, what is going on. So we'll call him, sometimes he'll pick, sometimes he will not pick. But he kept saying, oh, the guy is coming, he's coming, he's coming. By 1 o'clock, that polling unit that was ahead of us, some boys went there and trashed the place, right? They were like, oh, why are you people sitting under this canopy? This canopy is provided by APC. These chairs are provided by APC. They scattered the whole place, destroyed the ballot boxes, you know, destroyed everything and left. So people were running, some people were driving, some people were running. As they were running, you know, that place is not so far from where we were. So as they were coming, they were like, they're trashing that one in front, or they're trashing that polling unit. You people should go, you people should go. So at this point, I moved across to the other side. Some of you must have seen part of the short vlogs that I made on that day, but you know, I did not really share the story extensively. So at this point, I moved across to the other side of the road, and I was just, you know, observing from there. If I see is this suspicious? If I see any suspicious movements, I'll bring out my phone and I will vlog. My phone is having problem, right? It is still having problem right now, but the thing is it chooses when it misbehaves. So sometimes it's just behaving well, other times it's just like, now I'm not in the mood, I'm not interested. So sometimes when I want to vlog, I can't because my screen won't let me, but when it lets me, I will just, you know, gently and discreetly film a little bit. So I noticed that there are these vehicles, they are tilted vehicles. They will just pass. As they are coming, it will slow down at our polling unit. It will just slow down and look around. then it will pass. Then there are bike will come, slow down, look around, and I'm telling my husband, these are those boys. My mind is telling me that these are the people. And there are some people that walk on their leg, they walk, they'll come to the polling, they'll stand there, they will gist, you like very loud shouting. You'll be hearing Omo Igbo, Omo Igbo. I can't hear Yoruba. I know that people that understand Yoruba will hear what they are saying. But they were just saying random things, and the part I've heard is the Omo Igbo. When you hear Omo Igbo, your ear will like. So they kept coming and going, and I was just observing. At this point, I've already looked at all the escape routes, just in case I have to run. And by 2:30, remember that they trashed the first place around the one after one ish. By 2:30, nothing has happened in our polling units yet. And my polling units do not have a lot of people. We were 48 on that list that they pasted. And out of that 48, let's say 43 or 45 people came. So we were not a lot. So in my head, I was like, because that one ahead had a lot of people, they trashed it. Maybe they feel that the number here is not a lot for them to worry. So by that time, people had already calmed down a little bit. People that were, pensive because they were expecting something to happen had relaxed a little bit. The next thing, this car, this car, the bikes and the people on leg, they were two tinted cars. They were like two bikes. Then they were guys that were hovering around. They've been hovering around all this while, but they were not in the polling units, like stores around. They were just sitting down waiting for maybe somebody to give them signal it's time or something. All of them just came out at the same time, and they had things, sticks, stuffs in their hand. Me, I didn't stay to observe all the weapons they had. As soon as I saw that there was chaos, I found my way. Okay, I found my way. I ran to a very safe distance. There was a mosque nearby. Some people entered the mosque, but at that point, I don't think entering a mosque would have been a good idea for me. I was wearing trousers, my hair is open, and I don't know the crime I would have committed entering there and seeking for safety. Okay, so I didn't enter. I just, ran to somebody's house. The gate was open, so I was just patching them, but I was vlogging from a distance. I was like, look at what is happening. Look at what is happening. So after the whole thing happened like fast, and they broke sticks. They hit one old man chair, like used stick on one lady that she came with one hand of crusher, that thing they used to use and help to walk because she had injury on one of her legs. So she was supporting it with that thing. So she couldn't really run. They hit her, like scattered the whole place, trashed the whole place. And by the time it felt like the thing have died down a little bit, I came back out, right? So I walked to, see what happened. I was vlogging with my phone. I was like, look at how these people trashed this place. Mind you, at this point, I believe that these people have gone. The police people are there trying to pick up whatever they can pick up for evidence or whatever they want to do. And as I came out and was trying to, vlog the mess that happened, someone just came from nowhere and grabbed my phone. Like I was holding my phone. Somebody just came. Luckily for me, I wasn't holding it loosely. Like I was gripping the phone. Like my grip was tight. If I was just holding it loosely, he would have taken the phone. But because my grip on the phone was tight, even though I was not expecting anything to happen at this point, as he tried to grab it, he couldn't take the phone off my hand. So I now reinforced it. So now I'm holding the phone with two hands while he's holding it with one hand in the middle. So he was like, I should leave the phone, leave the phone. You guys, my screen have been having problem for say 3 months now, since December-ish. My screen have been having problems since December-ish, and I've not been able to change the screen. So is it losing a phone and replacing it that I can comfortably do right now? So in my head, I'm like, I'm having screen problem, I can't change it, and you think I'm going to leave my phone for you? That's not going to happen. I said, I'm not leaving this phone for you, so please, you better leave it alone. I was like, no, that he doesn't like what I'm doing. And mind you, this guy that is holding my phone, he didn't even come with the vehicles. He didn't even come with the bikes. He has been hanging around a store, one of those guys that were drinking and gisting. He has been hanging around there, meaning that he's one of the people on ground just telling them, look at what is happening, look at what is happening. So he has been there all the while. So all those short vlogs I was doing, I've been getting him just that he's from a distance, so his face is not really that clear, on the vlogs. So he has been hanging around. And he was like, no, I should leave the phone. I told him, talk. Better go and call your friends back. My husband at this point was like, leave it, leave it. I said, no, I'm not leaving it. Now me no waiting at the sofa. I know they leave him. So eventually he saw that I wasn't going to let the phone go. And he was like, look, I should delete the videos. At this point, my screen have started misbehaving. So even some of the videos I was filming at that time, I didn't really get, good clips. But some of the clips, I was doing them on TikTok app. So I just exited the app as I opened the phone. I just exited the app and showed him my gallery that there is nothing there. But the videos were saved on TikTok. So he just like let go of the phone. Then he now went to the police person that was filming what happened, because I'm guessing that they need the clip, to write their reports or whatever. He was like telling the police person to delete what he's filming. The police person changed it for him. So he now started working out. When we got home, you guys, I was shaking. I was shaking, not just because of what happened when it happened. I wasn't really, I don't know if it's the adrenaline or whatever, but I wasn't really feeling it. But when I got home, I was like, Jesus Christ. Do you know I was up close with one of these guys? What if he had dagger? What if he had knife? Like I was just thinking a lot of things in my head. I was like, Jesus Christ. That was when I started feeling it. That was when I started. I'm sorry, you guys. I know I'm looking at the screen because that is the mirror I'm using for the most part. I have small one in my hand, but it's not really showing me much. So that was when I started feeling it, that anything could have really happened to me at this point, that this stupid human being was dragging this thing with me. But after a while, I got over it, okay? So I didn't get to vote, even though this is supposed to be my very first time voting. With all the things I went through to be able to get that card, I wasn't able to vote with it. So this coming election, you guys, I do not have intention of going out to vote. I do not have intention of going out to vote for this governorship election. If the presidential election for any reason has to be repeated, I'm definitely going to go out again to vote. But this governorship election, there is a lot of stories and a lot of tales surrounding the people that have come out for this election. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't want to just say I'm voting for this person because he's in Labour Party. I don't know who he is. And Sanwo-Olu, I do not appreciate him at all, especially with the way he has handled things that are happening in Lagos. I do not appreciate him at all. But I cannot say that this person is better than him just because he's coming from Labour Party, because I can already, see some things that I don't think I like. And I don't know if it is just the media narrating those things. Like I said, I don't really know him. And I don't think I'm willing to put my life at risk for these two people. The one that really mattered to me was that presidential election, and I did everything I could for me to vote. And if I have the opportunity again, I would do it again. But for this governorship election, I don't think I'm willing to put my life at risk for these candidates that came out. Anywho, my mind is not set on stone. Somebody can give me an argument that will make me change it. So if you have an argument that can change my mind, this is the right time to start telling me. I'm almost done now.
At the end of the day, I'm a good woman. I'm not perfect by any means, but my intentions are good, my heart is pure, and I love with everything that I have.
Main reason of actually showing you the process of me getting ready is just so I can gist with you guys. So thank you so much for watching. And like I said before, if you have an opinion or an argument or suggestion that you believe that can make me change my mind is not rock solid made yet. So if you have an opinion that you believe that can change my mind about this coming election, tell me in the comment section. I'm open to listening, okay? So if you haven't by now, please give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't by now, please subscribe to my channel. Also, feel free to share this video if you can. I would absolutely appreciate it. And I will see you in my next one.
I need you to stay. I need you to stay.